Alright guys, today's video we have a project here for the Farmall 560. Okay, so this is a kit I got from Steiner Tractor Parts. This is the fender extension kit for the clamshell fenders. I am going to put the original fenders on the 560. So this is a kit that is pretty well complete. I just took inventory. Everything is here. You're going to get 8 spacers. You're going to get 2 plates. You're going to get, they send the bolts in this kit for the fenders. When you get your fenders, a lot of times when you buy used fenders, you don't get the hardware to mount it. So that's good that that's there. We have the bolts that go down through here into the axle as well as the lock nut. So everything appears to be here. I'm missing a bolt there. That's over at the tractor. I also have my a tap to clean out the holes in the axle. But let me explain to you guys kind of why this kit is going to work for this application, and why I'm not just going to bolt them right fast to the holes in the axle. So let me show you guys a little bit of why I started this. Alright, so the lighting may not be the best. I'll try my best to show you what's going on here. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 holes here in the axle, where you could bolt, if you wanted to, you could bolt the fenders right directly to the axle. The problem with that is I have 2 issues with that. The first issue, I said that there. The first issue is if you bolt it here in the outside holes, it is way too close to the deck plate, and it's way too far away from the tire. Your fender's going to be right where this pole is here for this roof here. A lot of guys, I see them like that, and it bothers me because it's not quite the way that they should be mounted. Just because, for one, it gives you less room to get up and down on the tractor, and also the fenders are so far away from the tires. These tires are going to be moved out a little bit. These are all the way in, and I'm going to slide them out a little bit so they're a little bit better on the hill, and they'll work out better with the line up with the front axle. This is out 2 holes, so these front tires are pretty much here. So these can come out a little bit, make this a wider tractor. So this is a kit to space your fenders in the proper location. I like fenders close to the tractor, or close to the tires, I mean, where they should be. So this, those little round spacers are going to go, you're going to use 4 per side. They're going to go under this plate. This plate is going to go on here like that. And the nice thing is, because I have this roof on here with this bracket and everything, that's kind of the reason why I needed to use this if I'm going to put fenders on here. You can't bolt fenders directly onto them because of this extra framework I have here for this. So I'll still be able to use the fenders and keep this on, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%. They do make a fender mount version of this, but I kind of think it's going to be too flexible. It's going to bounce more than it does already. We'll see. If we have to mount it to the fenders, we can do that. We'll modify it. But either way, this kit is something that I wanted to put on here. So let's get into the installation. The first thing, of course, these holes are threaded. I think it's a 1/2-inch bolt, or 1/2-inch threads. I got a 1/2-inch tap. The first thing I want to dig as much dirt out as I can with a screwdriver and blow out the dirt, because from all the years of being open like that, they are full of dirt. So let me work on that, clean it out, get some spray, and just work that tap in and out so we can get the bolts in, and we'll be able to install this then. All right, so I got 4 of the 6 holes here cleaned out. I'm going to use this one, this one, this one, and this one. These center ones are not necessary, really. We're just going to let them the way they are. It's not really difficult. You just keep spraying some oil in to keep the tap lubricated. You just thread it until it bottoms out, then thread it out, clean all the dirt off the tap, and then just do that about 3-4 times for each hole. And I dug a lot of dirt out of these the holes here, but the threads are good. So I'm going to go get the spacers and the bolts, and we can actually put this plate on. You guys know the drill with me, anti-seize on the threads of the bolt, and put it together. So let me get the rest of the parts. And of course, we've got a brand new container of anti-seize. My old container was just about that it wouldn't, it was starting to get hard, so we got a brand new one. So, okay, Set that there for now. All right, so the first thing you're going to need to do is take these little spacers. Two, three, and it's in my pocket here if I can get it out, and four. Okay, so there is the 4 spacers. That bolt might be, yeah, I'm gonna have to reverse this bolt for this bracket so I can get this plate on. Maybe not, let me see. But you see the advantage with the spacers. Now it lifts this plate up and it goes over top of this. Once this is mounted, I can cut these to length. I left them long until I was sure what I was doing here. So let me check to see if this fits. All right, so I hand started all of them just to make sure we got everything lined up. All the holes are drilled right. No big deal for this. I just had to flip this bolt around the other way to give enough clearance here. Now we have clearance, and all that's left now is to just tighten them down. And then when you get your fenders, they're gonna mount right here. It does seem a little close to the tire, maybe. I don't know, I don't have the fenders here, but we're gonna be loosening these axle bolts, the clamps, and we're going to be sliding these out maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches. So it'll be in the right place when all is said and done. But for now, this is prepped and ready to go. Once I get these tightened down, and you see how nice and easy to take the time to clean out the holes and put some anti-seize, how easy these, you can hand tighten them now. Like I say, these here are unnecessary. I don't know the fenders themselves if they're going to stick out or be any wider. I might have to, but I figured use the outside hole to keep the vibration down, and use the far inside one. If you guys ever do this, you can do it however, but this is what I came up with. So I'm going to snug these down, and then basically it's just on to the other side. So I'm going to cut these to length also, like I said. So a little bit of work here yet, and this side should be done. All right, so same deal here on the other side. I got my snap-on tap here. That's another place I won't cheap out, or tap and die sets. I try to buy quality, and it's just about bottomed out. So that's as far as I want to go. I don't want to snap it off. And we bring it back out. Just unthreaded here. The threads seem good. They're just filled with years and years of accumulated dirt from getting up and down using the axle. And you see, so I'll just wipe all that off, spray some more, and do it again. I do it about 3 times depending on how bad it is, but it's not too bad. All right, so then, like I say, it's just the same deal for this side. We got all these cleaned out and can thread them in by hand. Just got to tighten them all down now. If I had to guess, I'd say this tractor is probably set for plowing. You see this side's a little bit wider than the side over there. So we're going to try to duplicate that on the other side. So now I'm going to tighten these down, and then I have to run and get I'm going to just use my Sawzall with a sharp metal blade and just nip these off so they're not as long. One thing I wish they made for these tractors, and I haven't been able to find it yet, if anybody out there has seen it, is a step. What would be nice is if you had a step right here to get up and down using this bolt hole here, and somehow some other location. I'd think about making one, but I just don't have the steel here to do it. But getting on from the back now with gonna have fenders here, and this is the best way up and down. It's not the easiest to get on and off of on the back, but yeah, it would be I know they make a step kit for the 66 series as well as the 86 series, but I haven't seen one for the chassis for like a 656 maybe. Maybe it'd be the same as like a 544. I'm not sure, but you do have this area on both sides. You just have to find some other place over there, but I'll have to keep looking. But anyway, let me tighten these down, go get my saw, and finish this up. All right, guys, that's where this project will end. Another thing off the list, another thing ready to go. The bolts for the fenders themselves, I figured I would just put here in these holes and tighten them down. That way I won't lose them, and I won't be tempted to use them for other projects, being that I'm short on bolts all the time. When I do get fenders installed, they're right there. Did clip off these to a pretty good length. I'm happy with that, so they're not sticking out anymore. Should be pretty solid now to mount fenders on. And if I can get the other side spaced similar to this one, and your fenders are going to mount here, should be perfect. Clearance wise, everything should work out. So that's good. Now I'm excited to find some fenders. Like I say, I know where there's a set. I just have to get them. It's a little bit of a drive, but if I can get this wheel moved out and we mount them on here, shouldn't have any problems at all. Once the fenders are on, should look a little bit better. And also eventually the seat, we'll get the right seat on here, and the restoration process of this tractor should be coming to an end. It just seems like the more I do to it, the more I find. Anybody that has restored tractors in the past, you guys know that all too well. It's just basically turns into a money pit. You don't think you're going to do such a good restoration, or there's different approaches. Some guys start off very fussy and they're really in depth with things and get tied up with stuff, and then it just as the project goes on, you get less fussy. For me, it was the opposite. I wasn't fussy at first, and then as I saw it coming together, I just get more and more fussy as time goes on. But it is what it is. But in the end, it should be a pretty nice tractor. Should have a real nice value to it. Like I say, with working now, this was probably going to be sold this year, just because of the year we had here. But now with the job, it's safe, so it's still going to be around. So we're getting there. So another thing off the list, another thing done. We're just slowly making progress here, so that's finished. The next project, probably, I don't know if it'll be the next video, we'll be putting this alternator on here, so we'll get to that shortly. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.